not quite the geek lab as you may have noticed. This is actually a 18th century, that's the 1700s, iron smelting furnace thing here in Allensford in County Durham, and I've been tagged by Intellivision Dude with this your tagged tag video thing. So I thought, as it's a nice day, I'd bring you out and we'd do it outside. But this is not our final destination. No, our final destination is over there. So, yes, because we're outside, all we've got today is some red pop. No tea, oh dear. I'll be right back. And that's because we've come here today to see this. This is the Allensford Adit. It's a 18th century mine that's built in the 1700s, so it's around 300 years old, and it was believed to be built to provide iron for the smelting works down there. Now, before I get on with Intellivision Dude's tag, let's have a quick panorama here, and I'll stick up some photos, and we'll get the camera to have a look around and see this locale. So if I just get the camera here, we can have a quick scan around. Just move the, there we go. Right, so it's difficult to get, there we go. And this is the little river. Coming out of the Adit. There we go. So I'm going to reset up. I will deal with Mr. Intellivision Dude's tag. Oh yeah. Yes, a little bit more about this hole behind me. The water, as you can see, it's got a water problem. Beyond about 15 feet down the hole, I will provide some photographs that I've shot earlier in my group. Beyond about 15 feet, the water gets to head level, so you've got to be swimming to go beyond that level. And apparently there's a chamber back there, a sizable chamber, and then a tunnel that goes off to the left beyond that. But that's completely flooded, so that hasn't been explored in a recent memory. But at the time of shooting a couple of months ago, an expedition did go down there, one person with loads of guides outside, and they had a look, and that's what they found. So on to the tag from Mr. Intellivision Dude. It's not sourced from him. I don't know who generated it originally. I shall put a link below because I think I remember it's on his video as the original one. I don't know. But question number one: what game in your collection do you wish you had boxed? Now, to me, box games are not important. I'm not that much of a collector. I collect games that I'm interested in, that I'm actually going to play. I've got loads of games, and I used to collect for the hell of it, but these days it's just stuff I'm interested in. And boxes, not that relevant to me because I collect games just for the playability of the game, not to collect boxes and stuff. But that said, I'm going to throw a bit of a curveball here, because I'm going to say that if I would, excuse me, the boxed games I do collect have to be boxed because they are the Mastertronic games for the Commodore 64, and they're not available generally online, and so you have to go and get the original copies. But also, that said, those original copies, the Mastertronic artwork is rather good, and that's what I collected as a child, the £1.99 range, which was, funny enough, £1.99 from the local shop. So yes, that is what I get. I do have a couple of boxes which I've got, which actually got no games in. There's the Airbus A360 game for the PC. I got that because just of the contents of it. I'll throw a picture up of that here. Yeah, it's just because it's a wonderful box with thick manuals, maps and everything. I just thought that was a really nice box and good stuff in it, so I got that one. Okay, it's a bit noisier than I expected here because there's a road down there and holiday park over there which generates a little bit of noise, but it's not so noisy here. Right, because the tourists don't tend to find this bit. This is a local spot for local people. Okay, favourite flavour potato chip. Now, over here in the Queensland, we call potato chips crisps, and mainly we're provided by Walkers. And we have things like Doritos, which I know Intelligent Dude enjoys. So, I like Walkers. I like the several flavours. I don't have a favourite. I like ready salted, chicken, smoky bacon, and salt and vinegar. Salt and vinegar does tend to give me a bad stomach, so I don't eat them as much, but I like all of them from Walkers. And just a bit off topic there, Burton's, is it Burton's? I bought back their fish and chips, which I had as a child, in the Salmon and Tesco's again, so I like them. I got a bit too addicted to them recently and gave myself a bad stomach. So, best vacation I've had, like to go. Now, I have been abroad several times, but I'd say the best one I had was as a child, about 7 or 8, going to a town called Mablethorpe, which is on the east coast of England. That was a static caravan holiday with my parents and my 2 sisters, and big camp just outside town. I always remember it being hot, wonderful long beaches, and important to me at that time, arcades. Yes, we actually got chucked out of the arcade once by the security guard for skateboarding through it. So, and we used to go, and there was a place where they did shows and stuff, and they did a baby show once. We used to go and heckle it and say, "Get on with it, we're not interested." Yeah, how annoying kids are without even knowing it. Yeah, I used to really enjoy those holidays, and we could go downtown by ourselves, and there was 2, just remember this, there was 2 shops, I think, 2 shops that sold digital watches. Yes, you know, your basic, not like this isn't a basic digital watch, but your basic digital watch with just the time on. And these were like £1 or £2 each, which to us as kids with our pocket money and our limited financial resources, very limited, this was heaven. And we used to get these by the bucket loads every time we went. It wouldn't last long. I think 1 or 2 actually we got a year out of them, but most of them would not last long. And to me, to have a computer basically on your wrist, oh, it was heaven. Well, I'm getting a bit off subject here, aren't I? But yes, they later on had a big swimming pool with slides and everything. So if you can find a picture of that, it might be a modern picture. And also there's big sand dunes there, and there was tales of a town being buried under these sand dunes. And if you looked, no monsters behind me, no. It's spooky down there. Thank you. And if you looked hard enough, apparently the church spire still stuck slightly above the sand dunes. So I never found them. I don't know how true that is. I might have a look on Google Earth if you want to find that. Best vacation. So that's the best vacation I've had. I've had good ones, but that's one of the ones I enjoyed. And where would I like to go? This is interesting because I'm not a beach bum. I'm more of a explorer, so, and I love geology, as you can tell, stuff like this. So places I like to go is Iceland, for the glaciers, the volcanoes, the mid-Atlantic ridge. The cold doesn't bother me, I just want to see the views. That would be amazing. And I've always wanted to go to, believe it or not, Antarctica, for the vast, that road's going nosy, for the vast landscapes, wonderful sky down there, and the mountains and the volcanoes down there. And the mountains, which are some of the, believe it or not, the driest desert on Earth is in Antarctica. Precipitation-wise, rain-wise, it does have snow, but that's a different type of precipitation. So it's actually classed as the driest one. So I'd love to go there. I actually did get within 800 miles of Antarctica once. We got to the Falklands when I was in the RAF. And I booked myself on to the last flight of the year to go down there to do a supply run to the South Pole. Unfortunately, the weather turned bad and it got called off, so I never left the ground. So that's where I'd like to go. I'd also like to go to Istanbul, places like that, for cultural. I'm trying to think of anywhere else. Oh, I don't know. The Rockies? I'd love to go to the Rockies and walk across the mountains there. So that's the end of the tag. Now, so thank you very much for Television Dude for shouting me out on that one. I'll put a link to his channel below. He is a fellow gamer, as his name suggests. He's into television, bloody planes. He's into television a lot. So, if you like television or gaming, or just like a good laugh, go and subscribe to Television Dude's channel. Now, the thing with this tag is I have to tag 3 other people. Now these people, I do not know at all if they've been tagged previously, so I'm just going to tag them. So if you already have been, don't know if you're going to do it, but I'm tagging you anyway. And I'm tagging Big G from SA, who I recently gave a shout out to. Check out his channel. Mr. Vestek, who's a gentleman from Ireland who's quite honestly bonkers, perhaps even more bonkers than me. So I do highly recommend you check out his channel. And I'm going to throw a curveball here because this guy doesn't usually do it. And I'm going to ask him, I'm going to plead with him to do this. And that is Gaming Mill. Yes, I think Gaming Mill could make this tag quite amusing. And so I'm going to ask him very kindly if he wouldn't mind doing it. And that's the tag over, and people tagged. So list of those people below. So check out some Television Dude, Big G from SA, Mr. Vestek, and Gaming Mill's channel. You will get a shout out here. And please respond to the tag if you would be so kind. And from this big, deep, dark hole, and Allensford in County Durham, I wish you good luck, and we'll probably be back to the lab for the next video. But if you like this sort of thing, check out my last video, link below, where we went to oh god, Groves Rake Mine in Weardale. We had a look around the surface things. We are going back there because we found some more stuff. But do check that one out if you like this sort of stuff. A bit of shaky camera work on that one, but we have learned lessons, so we'll implement them for the next one. And thank you all very much.
You need to quit being dirty. You're a dirty boy.